Omicron is now here in Turanga.
So it's really important that we are all prepared.
Most people that get COVID-19 will only suffer mild to moderate illnesses and can fully recover in their own whare.
So if you need help, the healthcare system will always be available. Mā rātou tātou e āwhina.
Omicron spreads fast. Everybody in your whare may catch the virus.
Tēnā koe. Now, being ready for getting COVID-19 is about making sure you and your household have a plan and know what to do.
It will mean your whānau and community can help each other if needed.
This message is brought to you by Te Manatū Hauora. How many sugars in there?
Only 2?
Too much.
Turanga FM Parakuihi Show online with Matai and Rahia. Tomo mai, he wera te kai.
Iwa te kaumātahi ira whetū ki te iarere, iwa te kaumātahi ira whetū ki te ipurangi. Turanga FM Parakuihi Show on and online with Matai and Rahia. Mōre nei hekama, ko te tua whetū o Painga Whawha tēnei.
Ata Māori, ko Rahia hau, kua huri mai anō koutou ki tā tātou tōtaka e kia nei ko Parakuihi Online.
Episode 51.
Yeah.
Now, last month, Rahia popped in to see our friends at ROA Gisborne to talk to the fighters who will be competing at the 2022 National Muay Thai Championships.
And the championships are happening this Saturday at the Pātutahi Boxing Club, so good luck to all of the fighters competing this coming weekend.
Yep, should be 2 meke. Ngā mahi meke. Might go and have a look.
I was going to say something else that reminded me of me.
Tēnā koe. Now, the ROA Gisborne kickboxers won't be the only ones fighting this year.
Matai's team, YMP, will be fighting for another Lee Brothers Shield in the Poverty Bay competition in 2022.
Now, later today, we're showing you our story on the oldest Māori rugby team in Aotearoa, YMP.
As we announced on Turanga FM, our friend and whanaunga Kahu Tamatea was named coach of YMP for 2022.
No stranger to YMP, Kahu Tamatea has played numerous games for the Black and Whites and hopes to lead them to another Lee Brothers Shield at the year's end.
He's held the title up as a player for YMP, but time will tell if he can lift it up as a coach.
Mā te wā kaki tēnei. But before we get to that story, it's time for the latest regional news. Kai Tomo with Rahia. Karawhiua.
Tai oro. Ngā tai pito pito o te tai rāwhiti.
Mōre nei he ka mā e aki ana kia whai āwhina ana ngā kaimahi pāmu o te tai rāwhiti. Me nai e pirangi ana i taua āwhina whai muri mai i te kaha heke o te ua ki konei ki te tai rāwhiti. E kohi ana te rōpū Rural Connectivity i ngā kōrero mō ngā pāmu kua kaha pāngia e te marangai kia whai āwhina i te kāwanatanga. Ki ngā kōrero mō te mate kōwhiori, tahi rau, toru te kauma, tahi ngā tāngata hou kua pāngia e te mate kōwhiori. I tēnei wā, tahi mano, tahi rau, mā rua ngā tāngata e māwiwi ana me te mate nei i tēnei wā ki te tai rāwhiti. Toko whā o taua hunga kei te hohi pera. A kā te koiranga kai timoa Parakuihi ko Rahia tumutumua hau, a tā Māori.
Turanga FM Parakuihi Show online with Matai and Rahia. Tomo mai, he wera te kai.
Tēnā koe Rahia. Now, YMP is the longest surviving Māori rugby club in the Poverty Bay Rugby Union.
The Young Māori Party Football Club was formed after a meeting at Te Rau College in 1910.
Now, did you know, I mōhio rānei koutou, that the original colours of YMP were actually red and black?
Like my team, Waikohu.
In the beginning, YMP was red and black until 1923, when Manutūke adopted YMP and changed the colours to black and white.
112 years later, and there's a new coach at the helm, and he hopes to lead YMP to another Lee Brothers Shield this year.
Ai, ko Kahu Tamatea tērā, te kaiako hou, and here's a look at YMP's illustrious rugby club. We caught up with them at their first training. Neke atu Sky Sport, we have got the exclusive. Yes, we are joined today by the newly named coach for YMP Premier Team 2022, Kahu Tamatea. Tēnā koe, Kazi.
Kia ora whānau, how are we today?
Good.
Oh, well, you know, beautiful tai rāwhiti, typical tai rāwhiti day. Hey, yes, ngā mihi nui, Kaz, kua whakawhiwhia ki a koe tēnei taitara nui, so you've been named as the new coach. How are you feeling about this?
Yeah, pretty excited actually. Took a while to get to this point, but now that it's I guess, in pen now, not in pencil. I'm just looking forward to the season to start.
Was it kind of surreal to know that you were the coach? I mean, you used to play for, how many years did you play for YMP?
Oh, shucks. Started when I was in the under-21s. It wasn't until I was named the coach that it sort of kicked in, not during the interview or anything like that, yeah.
Because you've had a very long career. You've not only played here and represented both this little hair and gone overseas to play, but now you're coaching. Would it be a highlight for you? I mean, throughout your whole career to be able to come back and lead a team that basically fostered you.
Yeah, well, it's my whānau team. Started from when we were little, coming to this very same place to watch my man and all our uncles.
Back then we just were happy to be where we were at the stage. I'd come from GMC, and from then met up with Tawhio Kingi. Me and him talked about over a few beers and stuff because he had just come back from Nārapa, and then we sort of changed our ways and said like, oh well, I'm moving to YMP. He says, what are you up to? He says, oh, I'm looking for another club too. So we decided to go and play for YMP, and the culture has actually been strong. It's about looking after our youth, our rangatahi, and making sure that we never sort of put ourselves on a pedestal or anything like that. It was all about, we're worrying about the next lot of young fellas coming through, and how we're going to bring them in with the same mentality.
How's it like to see him in his form as a coach? Because we all know Kahu as a player, but to see him as a coach, it's totally different, and he says that you've been helping him out a lot.
Yeah, well, everybody can be a good player at the end of the day, but it's how they put across what they want, how they want to actually play the game. And I think it's a learning curve for everybody who wants to take on coaching. It's how you can put things across to the players. Yep, we've never been really big talkers, only on the paddock where we pick our fellow players and that up. But when it comes to coaching, you've got to cater for a wider audience basically, and hopefully that things get through.
It is definitely a highlight to come home and coach with my management and coaching staff for this year. So now it's come full circle.
It would be very remiss if I didn't ask this question. I mean, Dad's on the sideline. Do you think you'll be donning the YMP jersey again?
Bigger shoes for me to be scraping the barrel to get me out of it. So I won't say no, and I have been upfront with that. But I think we've got quite a bit of depth this year, which I'm happy to see. Even like tonight with the stinky weather that has been here. So when the sun's out, there'll probably be twice as many.
And hey, if you need a winger, there you go. He's got a jersey in his wardrobe.
There we go.
I'll tell you what, if Rico Gear can do it, I can.
Hey, I take talk of that one, cuz.
We'll edit that part out. You might get offended. Tēnā koe, cuz.
Cheer, cousin.
All the best.
Ka Motuihi, so as we just saw there, YMP are in good hands with Kahu Tamatea as their new coach.
And from what we saw at training, there'll be a force to be reckoned with in the Poverty Bay competition this year.
Kutiraki, good luck boys. Now tomorrow, our pawpaw, we check out the rugby stars of, speaking of our pawpaw, of tomorrow, as we show you our story on another rugby team, the Gisborne Boys High School First 15.
We saw Gizzy Boys win their first home game in Turanganui-a-Kiwa, and we'll show you that tomorrow on Parakuihi Online.
But for now, hey kona!
Parakuihi tahi kia Matai Rawa Korahia, 91.7 on air and online. Ko te reo, te take.